Hello everyone, it's Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo here for another state of the game. And yes, I'm in the game, which is quite unusual these days because, well, I've played out my fun. No, that's not actually what's going on. I could talk a lot about this, but the game isn't done right now, obviously, and this isn't going to be another one of those CIG get your act together and bring the game out as quickly as you can. That's not what's going on here. What's going on here is actually going to be a question to you all, okay? And I know I've asked this one before. I am at my wit's end trying to figure out why I haven't been in the game that much. I have my organization nights on Sundays, which I haven't made for a few weeks, mainly because being sick, other times for being with family, and still other times for just having other things to do. So why have I been out of the game so long? But here I am, one of the biggest advocates for the game. Well, it comes down to this. I like to have fun with the things I'm doing, and there's just so much anticipation right now for the FPS and for the social modules that when I come in here, it's kind of a letdown, even though I can have some great times like I'm doing right now. So why am I saying I'm having a great time right now? Isn't the game broken? Look, my nav ball seems to not be working very well. I'm firing at these fighters, but there's no lead angle pippers on them. Just nothing really happening here. And I'm using my skills as a pilot, using the old MK1 eyeball to try to get my kills. And this is one of the, this is the most fun I've had in the game in quite some time. Now, we knew that it was going to take a long time for this to come out. There's so much that has to be built into this game. I mean, let's face it, when they have design documents about how to pick up, hold, and place objects down, you know how intense the design process is going to be for a game like this. In fact, there's so much that goes on the game, there's so much that's going to go on in the game that there's a design doc for things on like how doors open and close and how you have to go through the procedure of opening airlocks. And those are all things that we're going to have to learn. This is going to be a highly accurate and highly detailed game when it comes out. My anticipation for the social module, I think, is what's killing it. I love being able to go out in free flight mode and play with my friends and stand around on the platforms and shoot each other. But I'm really looking forward to being able to walk around our corp and eventually around each other's hangars. Being able to jump on my Constellation Phoenix in my hangar and just, talk, get a rap going with a bunch of my friends. That's what I'm looking forward to. And just being able to be in the game universe. But that's so far off, right? Chris is wrapping up the final performance capture over in London, and I'm sitting here talking about being bored playing a game that's actually a test for the beta that will be out next year. God, this is confusing. And I have spent a ton of money on this game, a ton of time on this game, and a ton of my soul on this game. And I find it difficult to come in here. And when I do, I just have a good time. What are you all doing? What type of things are you doing in the game? What are you most intrigued with about what's out there right now? Not what's coming, not the FPS, not social, not 2.0, but what is the most fun you're having today? I kind of miss that invisible hangar that was there for a couple of weeks. The asteroid hangar that was sitting over in the dying star in this particular one of the maps, just sitting there in the free flight mode, and you can go out there and you can walk around it just to have something else to do. So when the different modules come out, I know that we're going to have an influx of people. There's just going to be thousands, tens of thousands of people rushing into the game to play, to get an opportunity to shoot each other in the face in Star Marine. And then when the social module comes out, it's going to be the first time that orgs can get their whole organization together in an environment like a bar or some kind of a meeting place in our corp that's not standing off there in the middle of space, trying to have fun on a platform. So there's other things that are going on in the game too. Obviously, they have new ships coming out, and I'm going to do a detailed investigation into this brand new ship, the Genesis Starliner, that they introduced last Friday. And that I'm going to have in tomorrow's episode of Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous. But I'm doing this video today to say, well, thank you for continuing to support me and watch my show. And also just to give you a heads up that I am still here. I am still loving my game, and I am still taking part in some fun every now and then. Now, if you want to join us over in the organization that has been bred from the Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous video channel, then you can come over to the RSI organization section and look for the enablers and just put in an application, and we'd love to have you. We do get together on Sunday nights and have some fun inside of Vandal Swarm and capture the core and shooting each other in the face or sometimes in the back, like I've done to my friend Elias. And we would like to have some of you join us and have fun with us. And this is something that I wonder if you've ever done. Tried to fight with no lead angle pipper. It was actually pretty difficult. Eventually I get blown up a couple of times though, because when there's so many of them out there, you cannot, you really don't know what's going on. When there's only a few in the early goings, this is actually pretty fun. All right, guys, I'm getting a little bored here, and I have to start writing my copy for tomorrow's show. Good news is I do have a new camera, and thank you. There were a number of people that gave me suggestions and helped me go through the number of cameras that I could purchase. And because I'm going to be going to a bunch of cons over the next year, I wound up getting a Sony a6000. It shoots video up to 30 minutes at a time, but it's best when shooting 10 to 15 at a time, and it does 1080p in a new XAVC S format that Sony has that's actually crystal clear and beautiful. And I think that that was a great decision. So for those of you that weighed in on which camera I should get in PMs, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. With that said, folks, thank you very much again for the support. Be sure to click the thumbs up button below and give me some ideas on what you'd like to hear in the state of the games. If you want to start asking me questions about me and my play and just general questions, please go ahead and I can answer them in this format in the future. And with that said, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.